obliterated by injury. They close as an 8-point dog. They come away with a win. They're the first underdog to win on Thursday Night Football this year. It's the largest upset across the league this season. The favorites have been cooking. But what a dub. This series has largely been dominated lately by the Rams. And Damian Woody, who is with me and been waiting patiently for it to end, for them to win this game, for Jones to battle the way he is, bloodied, limping, for that defense to stone them on a yard, how do you best quantify what that Niners squad did, man?
It's hard to put into words what the 49ers did tonight. You just think about all the injuries that the 49ers have sustained. We talked about it upstairs when we were watching the game. And have Mac Jones 3-0. 3-0 this year. He's been playing unbelievable football. Neither team could really run the ball. It was really on both quarterbacks. But Mac Jones was just phenomenal. And that Rams defense couldn't really get to him for most of the game. And so shout out to Kyle Shanahan for the game plan, getting the ball out of his hands quick. And all it takes is just sometimes these games come down to one play.
The NFL has become all the kids that play Madden and just go for it on fourth down all the time, right? You play, I mean, I'll take it back to the day with Tecmo Bowl. Just the hell with it. We're going for it on fourth down. But that's sort of the game these days. And 4th and 1, you tie it and you give it back to them in San Francisco, who's been death by 100 paper cuts all night, could drive down, and Pinheiro has already made a bunch. Do you like the decision to go for it? Before we know what happened, do you like the call?
I do like the call.
So do I.
I like the call. The Rams were moving the ball. There's no question about it. They had, especially in the second half, they were really getting things cranked up. But you got to give credit to the 49ers in that situation. They absolutely stoned them at the line of scrimmage.
And that had to be an exhausted defense who had mostly been on the field. I mean, They got 3 plays of rest. Granted, there were 3 timeouts in between each of the Niners' plays after they got the fumble recovery. I like the call. I just don't know if I like the run into the middle of that line when I've got Puka Nacua, I've got Kyron Williams out of the backfield, I've got Devontae Adams. I don't like the call. I don't mind going for it, though.
I would agree with you. I would have rather gotten on the edges of the defense, not just sitting up in the middle where you got Fred Warner and all those big bodies in the middle of that defense.
All right, let's hear from Trent Williams, who's with Lindsey Theory, after he did a masterful job versus an absolute wrecking ball.
Yes.
This Rams team came into this night with the most sacks in the NFL, and for the most part, they kept their hobbled backup quarterback upright. Here's Williams.
Trent, a game-winning stop from your defense. What did you see?
It's ball, man. It was a tough game. Divisional opponent. That offense is clicking on all cylinders, but they made the play.
You guys come in without Brock Purdy, without most of your starting receivers. How do you pull off a win?
Next man up. We got talent. We got talent on this roster. Obviously, it hurts to not have Brock, Kittle, Ayuk, Ricky, but it truly is a next man up league. And, that's the only thing you control is when you get your opportunity to make the best out of it.
Trent, you've been a part of many of these Rams-Niners rivalry games. Where does this one rank?
Woo! It's up there. It's up there. But like you said, we've had a lot of battles. So, I can't say that it's number 1, but it's up there.
Congratulations on the win. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
That's a vet who's seen plenty of different battles. He knows. I mean, you could say next man up, and of course it is, because you got to field a team. But the next man up isn't the guy he's replacing. And so to win in this fashion, flying back home, short one, but that's got to be as satisfying a win. And I'm just interested, Damian, how does a win like this, when the next men up really do show out in this manner, how does that propel a team forward?
Oh, it absolutely does. And it's so gratifying when guys who are thrusted in roles to go out there and play ball, make big plays in the game. And trust me, when you're on that plane going back home after a big divisional road win, it's like few things are more satisfying in life than going out there and getting a win like the 49ers got tonight.
I think I'm connecting the dots correctly. The Kendrick Bourne's best year was with Mac in New England. So that familiarity on a night where they were clearly on the same page. I know I don't have a ton of time. I just surprised the Rams they just never seemed to take away. It was just under. I'm going to make you throw it over my head. I just couldn't get over why they wouldn't do that.
I don't know. I don't remember one time where the Rams just really, they pushed the ball down the field.
They mostly didn't have to.
They didn't. They didn't. You credit to Mac Jones for getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
How many first downs did they have? Just, excuse me, this is great television as I peruse the stat sheet. It's 27 first downs, 407 yards. They held the ball for more than 40 minutes. And I think the most important thing you can do if you're San Francisco is not allow Stafford and this Rams offense to have the football, right? I mean,
absolutely.
And then, but they turn him over on the goal line. They stop him on 4th and 1. That is this, as I talk through it, that's as good a win.
Complete team win.
And Pinheiro, who's on the couch 3 weeks ago from 50-something and off the upright. I mean, Shanahan, I'm just watching the video here. I'm watching the coverage. Shanahan was a lot of expletives, but the emphatic, like, F yeah. And I get it, man. To win like this, I mean, it can't be more satisfying a win than when you're down to the guys that we're down to.
That NFC West may be the toughest division in football.
Well, I'm saying right now, there's not one bad team in the bunch.
No, not
Even
one.
like Arizona last week, you still had to play for 60+ because they managed to come back and tie that game against Seattle. I think we're going to talk about Seattle a little bit later if Damian's going to stick around. All right, we're going to stop talking. Visit with Damian Woody on the weekend games coming up. But Week 5 gets off to a thrilling start as in overtime, needing a yard, basically the entire San Francisco defense rallies to the spot and they prevent Kyren Williams from moving the chains. Robert Saleh and his squad, next man up. Lynch and that front office is happy as well. You know what that means to get that one on the road in the division as undermanned as they were. All right, Philadelphia 4-0, welcoming Denver on a short week at 2-2. We agree that being 4-0 is what matters. And the fantasy football things that people are worried about maybe don't matter, but there are some things about Philly, not to nitpick, but concerns that you want to see them address. What are they? Yeah,
listen, first and foremost, the run game. That's where they usually hang their hat. They're a run-first team. Saquon Barkley is off to a slow start.
Is that O-line concern?
Yeah, there is. They're not playing as well as they were last year. Okay. So that's number one. And I think number two, all the noise surrounding A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Everyone talks about all the targets that A.J. Brown is getting. But like I've said, all targets aren't made the same. And I think if you look at how they're deploying him and what they're throwing him, it's predictable in the way in which they're trying to get him the ball. He is too good of a player for it to be that predictable. They need to move him around and do more things with him on the outside. So I think, listen, you're 4-0.
Of course.
That's the great thing, but there are things for Philadelphia to clean up.
We had this conversation on Monday Night Countdown. He feels to me like a shooter in the NBA. The difference is you could just give the shooter in the NBA the ball and say, go ahead and get a bucket. And then I think when you touch the rock, Larry Fitzgerald, who's going to the Hall of Fame, told me, I become a more willing blocker when you throw me the football.
That's right.
What kind of test does Denver present?
Big test because their defense, Scott, they got dudes on all three levels of that defense. And so they can get, Nick Benito, Zach Allen, those boys up front.
PS2?
Yeah. Like they got some dudes now, so this is going to be a big challenge for Philadelphia offense.